Welcome to an amazing story that will inspire you and help you practice English at the same time. Today, we're going to learn about Albert Einstein, one of the greatest minds in history. As you listen, pay attention to new words and phrases. Take notes and repeat after me to improve your pronunciation. Let's begin. Albert Einstein was born on March 14th, 1879 in Germany. His parents, Hermann and Pauline, were ordinary people. His father worked with machines and his mother loved music. When Albert was born, nothing seemed special about him, except one thing. His head was very big. His family joked about it, but they had no idea that he would grow up to change the world. As a child, Albert was very quiet. He did not speak until he was almost 3 years old. His parents were worried. Other children talked a lot, but Albert just watched and thought. He liked to sit alone and observe everything around him. When he was 5 years old, his father gave him a small compass. Albert was fascinated. How did the needle always point north? What invisible force was moving it? This small compass made him curious about science and the hidden forces of nature. Albert did not like school. Back then, teachers were very strict. Students had to memorize everything, but Albert wanted to ask questions. He wanted to understand why things happened. Some teachers got angry with him. One even told him, "You will never be successful." Albert had problems with some subjects, especially languages, but he loved math. He called it the language of the universe. His uncle encouraged him, saying, "Math is like a puzzle. Every problem is a clue." This made Albert even more interested in numbers. One day, while walking home from school, Albert asked himself, what would it be like to ride a beam of light? This strange question stayed in his mind for many years. It was the beginning of his journey to understand space and time. When he was 15 years old, his family moved to Italy because his father lost his job. Albert had to stay in Germany to finish school, but he was very unhappy. So he made a big decision. He left school without finishing. Many people thought this was a mistake, but Albert believed learning was more important than following rules. At 16 years old, Albert wrote his first scientific paper. He wanted to study in Switzerland, but he failed the entrance exam because of his weak subjects. Instead of giving up, he studied harder and tried again. This time, he passed. At 21 years, old Albert graduated with a degree in physics, but he had a problem. He couldn't find a job. His teachers did not give him good recommendations. He felt hopeless, but he did not stop learning. Finally, he found a simple job in a patent office. His job was to check inventions. It was boring, but it gave him free time to think. He called it his thinking lab. After work, he spent hours writing ideas about light, time, and space. In 1905, something incredible happened. Albert, now 26 years old, published 4 scientific papers that changed the world. Scientists call this his miracle year. First, he explained how light behaves like tiny particles, later winning a Nobel Prize. Second, he proved the existence of atoms. Third, he introduced the special theory of relativity, showing that time and space are connected. Fourth, he created the famous equation E mc2, which explains the relationship between energy and mass. These discoveries made Albert Einstein famous. People called him a genius, but he stayed humble. He said, "I am not a genius. I just stay with questions longer than others." Albert became a professor and traveled the world, but he also faced difficulties. In 1933, when the Nazis took power in Germany, Albert, who was Jewish, had to escape. He moved to the United States and worked at a university in Princeton. During World War II, scientists built a powerful bomb using his famous equation. Albert did not create the bomb, but he felt guilty. After the war, he worked for peace and spoke against war. He said, "Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding." Albert Einstein died in 1955, but his ideas continue to inspire scientists today. His life teaches us some important lessons. Never stop being curious. Failure is not the end. It is just a step to success. Big dreams require hard work and patience. So what do you think? Which part of Einstein's story inspired you the most? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more inspiring stories. See you in the next video.